Hey guys, this is T with CharloMakayev.com. I wanted to do a video because yesterday I ended up in the ER because I have really high anxiety and I thought it was my heart. I wasn't sure, so I wanted to go there. But basically what I've pretty much never said here is that I just don't have severe anxiety where I get panic attacks. I have panic disorder. So it's a little bit different than regular anxiety. Panic disorder is not only feeling anxious all the time, but it's actually like an impending sense of doom almost. Like you can literally be walking around and feeling fine, or you could even be sleeping and just wake up and be in a panic. And there's no real explanation for it. The only real explanation for it is biological. So I know a lot of people, when it comes to anxiety, they want to offer advice on, are you taking these supplements? Have you been for acupuncture? All this stuff. And I am going to give some of that advice. Sorry for the noise. I am going to give some of that advice because I'm actually outside my acupuncture office where I'm going. But it's not necessarily that simple, because when it comes to panic disorder, it's actually biological, they think. So basically for 7 to 8 years, I'm just getting off of them now. I was on antidepressants. I'm tired of being medicated. I'm tired of feeling like I'm doped up. So that's why I wanted to get off of them. But I feel like they ruined the serotonin levels that I had in the past, and dopamine. So basically those are your neurotransmitters that kind of create like happiness. And when they are off, or when they're limited, that's what can create anxiety. You don't have enough serotonin or dopamine or norepinephrine, oh my god, I can't even say it, norepinephrine, or anyway, you don't have enough of those chemicals. So that's one explanation. And it could also be genes. It literally, you could be born, they are thinking that there's a single gene that can cause actually panic disorders. It's not certain. These are all hypotheses, but there's a lot more than just like, oh, you need to eat right and stuff. Sometimes it's actually genetic, and sometimes it's actually biological, and there's not much you can do about the serotonin in your brain if you don't really produce enough, other than taking like a pharmaceutical. And if you don't want to do that, then really you just have to kind of work on yourself as much as possible, but it's a challenge. So when I went to the ER last night, I was having basically chest pains, because I did a post on this yesterday if you didn't see it, but I didn't really describe what my symptoms were. I was saying the symptoms of silent heart disease in women, but they mimic anxiety. And so basically I was having chest pains. I was unusually tired, like extremely exhausted, where it was like feeling like something was really wrong. I was extremely dizzy. I had a little bit of shortness of breath. Those all look like they can be heart disease. But in fact, they were told me, oh, your heart looks beautiful. It's actually anxiety. And I do know I have panic disorder, but you always kind of need to be checked. So really, what do you do if you have panic disorder? I'm going to tell you a lot of things people told me yesterday, which sometimes can be discouraging because, like I said, if it's biological or genetics, there's not much you can do to control that. But the other thing you can do is, if you're feeling really anxious and you feel like you're having a moment of when you're panic disorder, a panic attack, you can basically call somebody. You can call a friend, talk to somebody that you feel can kind of like reassure you, so it distracts your mind. You can also do a technique where you basically think like, stop thinking this way, this too shall pass, this is just a passing moment in time, okay? You can also do an activity that is going to distract you, hi Mindy, like singing, washing the dishes, playing with your dogs, going for a walk. You can do something to kind of like break the thought pattern that you're in. You can also try and change your thoughts. So it's called cognitive behavioral therapy. And I know all this stuff. I'm guilty, probably like everyone else, of not doing it as regularly as I should, because I always feel like, oh, I need to work, I need to do this, I need to do that. But your mental health is really important. I forget what I was just saying on the last one, but there are great apps like the Calm app and also Headspace, and those help you with breathing too. Breathing is essential, so I'm a shallow breather, and I know that. When you're breathing shallow, it's your adrenaline's running. It's almost like back in the caveman days when they were being chased by bears. It's like I'm constantly breathing shallow. So if you literally sat here for 2 minutes and started panting, going, you literally would start to have anxiety. It would bring on anxiety. That kind of breathing, it literally, if you don't even think you have anxiety and did that right now, sorry, I'm so shaky, that would bring on anxiety. So just deep breathing alone, I know helps reverse it. All these things I know to do, but it's hard in the moment, and I am telling you to do it, but I even have to try and force myself. I even bought a machine for, because my blood pressure's been going up. I've never had high blood pressure, so I know it's being caused by the anxiety. It goes up and then it goes right back down. It's very erratic, and that's dangerous too for your heart. So there's a machine called Respirate that I bought, and basically it's to lower your blood pressure, but it's a deep breathing machine. It's a biofeedback machine. And again, it's just, I need to use all this stuff more myself. I go for acupuncture. It's something you can do, massage, obviously it's therapy, but it's hard. It's hard to live with and deal with. So my screen went a little dark, so hopefully you can still see me, because I don't know why it kind of faded. And I hate to say this, because it's like I want to encourage, because I want to even encourage myself. There's only so much you can do, but you can just do the best you can. Just remember, like I said, that this too shall pass, and do activities that distract you in the moment. Increase the exercise. I mean, I eat very healthily, so I know though, if you eat something like complex carbs, if you're feeling really stressed out, like a piece of cheese with crackers, it can also help you. I've noticed whenever I'm really stressed, not that this is the best thing to eat, but if I eat like a slice of pizza or something, it like conks me out and actually relaxes me. So I'm doing a low carb paleo, so I'm trying not to eat too many carbs, but sometimes those complex carbs, good carbs, not just like bread and stuff, are really, really good for you. And I guess the point that I just want to make is you'll get through it. I mean, despite me being in the ER and writing a post about it, because I'm very open and honest, I did that out of a safety reason, because it could have been my heart, and it feels like it's your heart when you're having chest pains. So I just wanted to make sure that that wasn't the case. But I do recommend that if you really feel like you're not sure, that you do go, seek medical attention and help, because you just never know 100%. That's the problem with this. It mimics, like I said, heart disease. But if you suffer from anxiety, try, like all the things I mentioned, as well as like meditation and prayer. And again, I'm guilty myself of not doing these things enough, and just talking through it now, I'm like, I really realize I have to go even exercise more and go. I live right by the beach. I'm a block right now from the beach. I would walk there, except I have an acupuncture appointment. And oh, thanks, Stace. And so, I mean, and it's really weird, because actually when I was leaving the ER, I said to the nurse, I was like laughing and stuff, and like, she's like, I'm like, I seem pretty chill, don't I, to have anxiety like this? She's like, yeah, I wouldn't guess. And I know you guys from seeing me, like you see me on videos like this, I probably look totally normal, like I wouldn't have that kind of anxiety. So you'd be surprised that the people walking around with anxiety are just not aware, because I actually can seem really calm, yet I'm nervous inside. It's really strange. But just for me personally, I realized like I need to take more vacations, like I need more self-care and everything I'm advocating, to other people, because I push myself really hard. Sometimes when you're a perfectionist, you can do that, and it's really not healthy. I mean, we need to worry about work, and we need to worry about money and all those things, but like your health comes first, because once you lose your health, there's really sometimes no getting it back. I mean, when my mom had a heart attack and I was a caregiver to her, she went downhill after that heart attack. She's never the same. I kind of liken it to a car. When your car's in an accident, you can repair the car, but like if it's the engine and stuff, the car's never going to be the same unless you put in a new engine. There's going to always be something different, and it's like a fractured relationship or friendship. It's the same. It's never quite the same. It's the same with your health. If you harm your body, it will never quite be the same. So anyway, I just wanted to share this, because it was stressful last night. I spent 6 hours in the ER, and I know how difficult this is, and I know people not understanding and thinking like you can take a supplement and it'll make everything better. Hey, Sonia. And while that is amazing to take, I do take plant food-based supplements, and I do all the right things. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's all gonna completely go away. I'm even certified in yoga, and some of these things I don't do as much as I should, but it still can be really like biological or genetic, and that's not to not give you hope if you have a panic disorder, but you're gonna have to work harder. It's not just like, oh, you're a little anxious, you need to get away for a couple days, or oh, you're a little anxious, you know, you need to, I don't know, go walk around. It's more dramatic than that. So it's like a constant battle. It hits you out of the blue. Like I said, I literally woke up and I had like a massive anxiety, and I went to bed the night before. I was a little anxious, but I wasn't feeling that bad. And even my therapist said that she hears this all the time. The people, they go to bed feeling fine, they wake up and like, I wasn't sweating, but like literally they wake up in a cold sweat. And I woke up and I just was like, my heart, like I just felt so nervous. And it's just like, why, you know? And I do have a lot of stuff coming up. I'm working on an e-course. It's a tremendous amount of work. But some of this is just, I really believe for me, it's serotonin in my brain. And I can never undo the fact that I've taken antidepressants. I really felt like at the time there was no choice. I needed them. I was so stressed out, and my mom had a heart attack, and I was dealing with other stuff beyond that. There's insurmountable amount of like stress that even doctors were like, we don't know how you're still standing type of stress. Like, when I'm not kidding. There's stuff that you guys don't know, I haven't shared here. So I can't go backwards, but you know, and also another thing is GABA. You can be low on GABA in your brain. And so you could take GABA supplements, but of course make sure if you're on any pharmaceuticals, everything can kind of interact. And I do take CBD oil, and just so you guys know, CBD oil is amazing. So when I post stuff like this about having a panic attack, people might think, oh, that doesn't work at all. It actually does work. It's just that my level of anxiety can get so high that it's almost like, it feels like nothing can stop it. It's like a runaway train. But CBD oil, and if I wasn't taking that at all, I probably would be somewhere with white padded walls, 4 white padded walls around me. I'm not even kidding. I would probably lose my mind. So that has definitely saved me. It's just, I need something more at this point. And for me, it's probably, I just need to exercise more and try to relax more in my own mind. You know what I mean? Because there's only so much something like even a CBD oil can do, because a lot of this is emotional. It's, like I said, it's neurotransmitters in your brain, which I believe a CBD oil does help with your serotonin. But I just wanted to share that because it's not a fun experience. And like I said, I know probably people look at me and think, oh, you look all normal. Like, and I'm laughing on a lot of videos, I know, and I do have many amazing days. But I also have bad days like everybody else, and it's not necessarily easy to control. So it's not a matter of 1 or 2 things, or just fixing this or tweaking that. It's a lot of things that happen over time that I'm trying to undo. But anyway, thanks for watching. I got to get into my acupuncture appointment now, and I hope you have a great day, and we will chat soon. Take care.